Hello, Internet. How's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a political, I don't know, Veterans React video. I don't know. I'll decide exactly what this is. But first off, happy Juneteenth, everybody. So I guess you could tell based on the first few seconds of this video what my position will be. There was a lot of fighting on Twitter and for both the right and the left. It's really, really ridiculous. About Juneteenth, and just let me know if I'm wrong with this, but to my understanding with a bunch of people that I'd served with, it's just a holiday based off of the last day in Texas where slavery was legal, but it was the first day that slavery was officially ended in Texas after, I think, 2 years after it had actually been officially ended federally. And that they learned like a few years later. And it's just a celebration of their specific freedom as far as black people were slaves, and now it's completely illegal for it to happen. And I think that's a good thing to celebrate. I think everyone who is not racist should be able to go and say, like, oh, this is good. This is a part that happened with our country where we were doing some not so good things, and this is one of the things that we did to correct those mistakes. I think everyone should be able to get on board with that. But oh my God, again, maybe I'm wrong with my interpretation of that, but there's a couple of people that have been saying that Juneteenth, they want to take over as like the 4th of July, have it be the new 4th of July, and I just haven't seen that anywhere. The only place I've seen that from is like literally from like the far radical right that just thinks you're infringing on the 4th of July. But again, that's if that were the case, I might be like, okay, well, I don't know if that should be a thing. I think, you know, separate but equal thing. July 4th celebrating the country's independence, Juneteenth celebrating the slaves' independence and getting their freedom. So I think you could celebrate both. And I'm glad we're celebrating both. I'm glad we have two separate holidays for that, because obviously 4th of July might not be celebrated 100% if you're minority, like if you're black, because that's, I don't know, you still had quite a lot of slavery to go through before you actually got freed. But outside of that, there was actually some of the left that was complaining about it too. And I know what you're thinking, like, what on God's green earth could the left have to complain about this? So, I think he was like a teacher, and I'm not going to name names or anything, I don't want to air people's dirty laundry out here, but it was about how saying, I wish I could teach about the history of Juneteenth, but me and my other teacher friends are scared that we will get penalized and fired for teaching critical race theory. Now, again, to my understanding, critical race theory is just the theory that every single thing, down from the bagel shop to ShopRite to every single business in the country, is somehow racist, and somehow it just takes part in that. And I don't think that's true, like, at all. Again, I own 2 businesses, and are any of those racist? No, not at all. But Chavez, you're a minority, you can't really be right. Okay, yeah, I understand that. Okay, a couple of my friends that also own multiple businesses, they are not racist in the slightest. So the fact that and again, I don't know how you can say that you're afraid to teach about the history of Juneteenth, and also because you're afraid of the kickback or the blowback of critical race theory and being fired for that, because critical race theory thinks that everything is racist, everything's systematically racism. But Juneteenth, you're celebrating the fact that America is not racist. You're celebrating the fact that America at one point was very racist, and then as time goes on, it gets less and less racist over the years. Again, Juneteenth, I think, is a very good celebration of that. Was it 13th Amendment, right? That was the 13th Amendment where they were freed. I forget which amendment it was. Comment down below if you know exactly which amendment that was that gave them freedom. But yeah, I don't understand that at all. Like, is America more racist today than it was during the Civil Rights Movement? No. I think as time goes on, America gets much and much less racist. Even myself, again, not being black, but definitely not being white, I have experienced a decent amount over the course of my lifetime, and it's definitely gotten less and less over the years. I mean, part of it, and that's including, like, back when I was younger, when I would have, you know, shorter hair, and I would have, you know, no beard, and now, like, again, I know what I look like. I don't exactly look like a super presentable person, and maybe some people that are like that, like if you're looking like Antonio Banderas, the short hair, the clean face, and be like, listen, you're a discredit to our race, I'd be like, no, I think you should just try to treat people based as an individual and not just based on race. And that's why I liked Ron Paul a lot back in the day, because he treated people as individuals, not group them into a separate group just because of their race. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. I thought that was really interesting. Outside that, like again, and it wasn't just like it was a couple of people that, let's say, took a headline, like again, just a friend of mine that just took the headline of this like propaganda piece that was completely wrong, just saying like they want to take away our 4th of July, they want to change it, like, and no, that's not my understanding of it at all. And then my friend who was pretty like pro-America and not racist, just like, hey, this is wrong, like, yeah, have your holiday, but don't take 4th of July away from us. So I could see how some people are baiting other people in order for conflict, and Facebook does that too. They show you things that you would get angry at, because if you're getting angry at it, then you're going to comment on it, and it just creates just more revenue and more content for Facebook. Where I feel like if you're off Facebook, off of media, and you just go out and like talk to your neighbors, like you're fine. But Facebook is really good at pitting a group of people against one another, and if it wasn't like that, if Republicans want to get minorities to vote for them, like, don't make any single derogatory comment about Juneteenth. Like, that's just How to Win Friends and Influence People 101. Like, that is, anyone has not read that book, please go read it, by Dale Carnegie. I've literally read that book like 3 times. It's helped me just, again, win friends and influence people. It's and I guess you could make the argument, well, Chavez, you sound manipulative, and to a point that's kind of true. But if you have a situation and you need to de-escalation training like you have in the military, where okay, we need to calm these people down because everyone's armed and you don't want people to shoot it out. That's helpful. That book is helpful in those types of situations. So again, whether you're at Border Patrol or you have a group of people that are just getting rowdy and everyone's armed, like, okay, de-escalation kind of works in that way. So yeah, if Republicans want to try it and get some of the left on board and get some minorities, do not make any type of propaganda like that. And if the left wants to be taken seriously, do not speak out of turn like that and saying, oh yeah, and this is a victory for everyone. It's not just a victory for the left, although it is. It's a victory for everyone that's not racist. So when people on the left say, hey, I wish I could teach this, but I can't because backlash to critical race theory, this has nothing to do with critical race theory. It is absolutely the complete opposite, showing that America is becoming less racist over time. And I'm not going to say that racism will completely deteriorate in my lifetime. I hope it does, but I think as long as some people just are not exposed to others, because I mean, there's still a bunch of people, like 40% of the people in the world don't have internet? A lot of people. I mean, and again, people that do, you have propaganda, like we should hate these people because of this. And again, if you're on the left and you want to be taken seriously, don't research something before you make a tweet. Again, those are just my opinions, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Class dismissed. Goodbye. Meow, meow, meow.